Hey Paul,
All good. How are you keeping?
I'm doing good, Paul. How are you today?
Good. I sure look at You're looking well. You're looking well. Yeah. Let me see. Can I make this bigger for myself? I think. I don't know. Yes. Super. Looking good. How's everything anyway? Everything good in your house?
Going on, Paul?
The emergency wasn't too serious, no?
Well, it's going
Good.
okay.
Good. Good. As good as could be expected. When you think you're ahead, something else comes and kicks you in the arse.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's been good to have you again, Paul. After a
Oh,
long
it's a
time.
pleasure always to talk to nice people. Is always nice.
So how's been going so far?
Ah, great. Great. Yeah. Sure. Look at like I've always said, everything that never happens is a bonus. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, over the moon. Yeah, yeah, sure. Jesus,
Oh,
talking to you, bonus success,
oh,
winner, already. Yeah,
fantastic, Paul. So, Paul, by end of April of this year, you put up your second album, I in Power. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new album?
yeah. Well, sure. It sort of followed quickly on after the other album, but the other album sort of went singles, and then put out the album. So my two fans in the world were saying, Jesus, the album was great, but we've heard all the songs before, So to keep the two fans happy, I decided we'll go the old style version and we'll release a single and then release the album and then release singles after that. So if you buy the album, you get all these pMad songs early, or else if you wait, you can get them for the next 12 months. That's fine too. So the disadvantage to the two fans are they have to wait 12 months for more new music from pMad, but they have it immediately. So you win, you lose, you win, you lose. So yeah, it's just 8 tracks, and thankfully people have been saying it's too short, which is good because usually if people are saying, "Oh Jesus, that's too long," oh, I got 10 songs, Christ. So they're about 3 4 minute songs, and it's about 28 minutes long, as all the album is. But good songs, I think. So Down and Fire, and now Fury is out, and Sword will come out maybe in September, and then Missing after that, and yeah, they're the next step on, I think, to pMad, and as if things aren't crazy enough. I'm recording album 3 at the moment, so which is the next step up again for 24, 25 probably releases and things like that. So that's the new one is more right. PMAD has done so much. This is going to be the modern. I've sort of gone through all my what would you say records from the past and recordings and lyrics, and now on to we start afresh and see did I learn anything. So we'll see how that turns out. But yet, Iron Power so radio. I concentrated on the original and still concentrating on the radio, but for Spotify and streaming, Iron Power has really taken off. It's unreal. Well, look, it's not a million Ed Sheeran streams, 20,000, brilliant for me, absolutely amazing. So got into playlists and it's multiplied, and yeah. So and thanks to yourselves and all the others for putting the word out there that PMAD he's not too bad, worth a listen.
Absolutely. And did you had some kind of theme or a concept behind I in Power?
Um, not it's, I suppose people then say, yeah, Jesus, you get a surprise during the album. Right, it's tipping along this way, and then it'll go off to another. So no, not really any theme, I suppose. The same themes as previous as bullying and the world, the planet's on fire, and all these depressing, sad things. Put in a happy way, hopefully. Um, no, it's sort of like I said, it was the same sort of. It came out of the same box, but sort of went off in a different direction, and same themes, different type of music, possibly. All right, yeah, a little bit faster and maybe heavier in parts, and then back to the gothy sort of thing and electric in a few of them as well. So Yeah, still haven't learned how to sing or anything, but yeah, it's it's it is what it is. Yes, and it's been accepted, which is great. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And the cover art for I in the Power is quite fascinating to look into it. So, any big ideas that went behind this cover art, or how did it all come out?
Yeah, it was strange. The cover art, yeah, it's an odd one because the first one it was a homage to Andy Dog and Dede, and I love the bright, even though it's dark music, the brightness and the sort of it's me just deformed. Well, maybe normal, maybe, but for Iron Power, the reason the name title Iron Power sort of is the saying of there is no I in team, you know. So we work as teams and all that. But I in power is sort of there might be no I in power, but I'm in power, you know. And for people to say that, so I was trying to think, Jesus, what would you put that down as? So I was messing on the phone one evening, and all these AI things are coming up, you know. And people were on Twitter or something I was on, and they were talking about AI this and AI that, and no, let's try this anyway. So I just put in I in power into this image generator, and then it asks you for, well, you know, the usual, asks you a couple of different things and stuff like that. And what do I want? And next thing, no. Jesus, this is good. So I don't even know where I don't know where it came out of, or what AI generation thing it did, but it just sort of stood out to me, and it has that freaky sort of mannequin look.
Yeah.
But it's sort of what I always think, an album cover back when I was growing up and things, that an album cover, you didn't have the choice of today where you had Spotify and you had, you know, you just scroll or down this way, whichever way you do it. And you actually went into a record store and you pulled one back and you looked at it, and you might never have heard the song and said, Jesus, that album art looks deadly. Iron, you know, the Iron Maidens and all the other different things. And we had in Ireland, there was a guy, Jim Fitzpatrick. He would have Horse Lips and Tin Lizzy and things like that. He would have hand drawn, and there would be art pieces. So I always thought, as part of the package, a good cover is always good. And that just struck me as something interesting. People look at it and say, all right, well, you know, it'll catch your eye, I think. So it caught mine, and hopefully it catches others. Yeah. So that's the reasoning. No big story really about it.
And talking about the album, 8 amazing songs, beautifully written, great musicianship, amazing vocals, and each song better than the other. I totally enjoyed each and every song from this album. So thank you so much for another beautiful album from you. And as a creator, what are your thoughts and how do you feel about the outcome?
Yeah, hugely proud that what I hugely proud of myself and my family, and Dominic in Protonaut is a legend altogether. Protonaut Studio as a producer, and then you have Pepe in the mastering and mixing and mastering. So it's just what I give and what I do moves up to the next level, and then it moves on to the next level, and then Jesus, yeah, hugely proud that what can, you know, you listen to songs on the radio and you, as a fan, you love it, you'd say, Jesus, that's great songs, that's great. But when you start making it, you'd say, Jesus, I'll never be able to do that. You know, you do your demo and then you add a bit more, and then you get into the technology and you add a bit more, and then what the next guy can do. I know my limitations in life. I am not the best singer in the world, not the best guitarist, not the best keyboard player, and like that. Technology is great, thanks be to God. So I delegate to the next person to say, hold on, can you bring this to the next level? And they do. And wow, yeah, huge. pMad was always great music for me, and the music I like is not huge anyway. Before pMad would not be the most, you wouldn't hear it on the radio too often anyway, and you have to go out and find it and buy it and things like that, and go to concerts, and you'd love it, Sonic Youths and whatever, everything. Yeah, so a bit mad stuff. And that some people, the normal run of people will say that's, can't listen to that. Yourself, myself, and the others will say that's music, you know. And you know, it's like, Jesus, if I could get anything to create anything that I'd like, maybe one or two people in the world that like. So I like actually when I go to a drive, Dublin or wherever you're going to gigs, stick on pMad into the CD player and turn it up to high heaven. And I enjoy it as much as any other song. So cool. Yeah, that's basically what Iron Power does for me, and who, why, where, what. Yeah, enjoy them.
And you also released 2 videos for Down and Fire. So would you like to tell a bit about the making of these 2 videos?
Yeah, it was I suppose Down, and I have one coming now. Be more for Fury. You can stick it up there wherever you want instead of listening to me. That it was more Fury is sort of a Peter Gabriel sledgehammer. I was thinking of an idea of me, and then all sorts of stuff happening in the background. Down, yeah, sure. Down and Fire. Fire is easier to explain because it's it's just the world is burning in front of us, and we don't seem to believe it. Some believe it, some don't. I don't know whether it is or it isn't. It's happening. Something is happening. So it was easy enough to show the destruction of the world in a video. That's easy enough to, because every news channel has. Pakistan was flooding at the time, I think, and other parts of the world were burning. Canada and New York were burning, and so it's easy to make a video on that. And then you have Down was Tom Waits's Hell Broke Loose. I think it's one of the best songs ever, but I love his video, and it was sort of that. It didn't happen to look like it at the end of it, but it was that idea of just boom, just switching sections and flash, not flashing images, but changing images fairly quick and things like that. And then Down, a lot of people falling in it. Yeah. So yeah. I like a good video. I think as many people watch YouTube, I'd say, as Spotify, and I've thankfully a lot of streams, getting more streams, but a lot of views, 3,000 or 4,000 video views as well, which is good for. If one view is good for me, but if a couple of thousand people watch it, is great. And I actually enjoy making the videos. I think they're. I like to tell a story. Yeah.
Fantastic. And have you ever considered to be on the road anytime sooner?
Well, that's the trick now. So we're working on it. Yeah, myself and so what we have is pMad, and then we have The Greeting, which is the band, which would be Liam and myself. So we're hoping in August to get it'd be a lot more. It's not pop. It'll be a lot more commercial grunge. Good stuff with Liam singing and me just doing a bit in the music and things like that. So the plan is, and we have a couple of guys in there, then James and Dave and Frosty as well. So the plan is, if pMad is to go on the road, if Greeting goes on the road or pMad goes on the road, you get 2 for the price of 1. So all the gear will ship in a van. So you'll get a half an hour or an hour of the Greeting first, and then pMad and then turn it around. And so you get 2 for the price of 1. That's the plan if it goes ahead, yeah. Then again, you have to be asked. We've been asked to a few places, but to make it worthwhile, yeah, we were given 7 or 8 venues in Wales that someone wanted us. They wanted to support us, which was amazing. And then someone else in coming across from America, we're hoping to tour the UK and we'd support them. So we will see. Yeah. I don't know. It's all about, the stars falling into place and things like that. Yeah.
Fantastic. And earlier in this interview, you talked about getting back in studio for your 3rd album. So how is that? What's coming up? So is that going to be
just rolling? While I'm in the form to do it. It could be. I have a song and I have it sort of in my head. It's called Finish, and it's probably the next one I'm going to record, or the second last. And it's sort of not going to be epic or anything like that, but yeah. Anyway, but maybe I'm sort of half thinking in my head, is that there's a lyric in it, this is the end, and maybe that could be the end of pMad. I don't know. We'll see. 3 albums. It'd be typical rock indie. Come out with 3 albums. I have a fight with myself in the dressing room, and then we split up, and that's the end of it, you know. And in 20 years' time, people will be saying, "Geez, that pMad wasn't bad." Yeah, checkers. It's a pity he didn't stay going longer. And if you stay going too long, then it's shite. Yeah, shitty. I don't like he's really gone to pot now. Yeah.
So how has this role of pMad been for you so far?
How has the role of pMad? Yeah, mad, brilliant, sure. Yeah, unbelievable. Sure, I'm meeting people, the nicest people in the world, chatting to the nicest people in the world. Keep metalheads forever. Fantastic, and radio stations on Facebook, Twitter, and Messenger, and chatting, and God, people are so nice in the world. There's horrible people in the world. I'm not saying there's not horrible people in the world, but whatever the indie artist sort of side of it, or independent indie, I suppose, depends what you take as indie. I always call indie now with the minute independent, that everyone's trying to back each other, and everyone's at the bottom, and everyone's trying to drag each other up and help and a follow and things like that. And God, you meet the nicest of people, and they're all so cool, and you know, I wish them all the best of luck to huge success, and you know, fair play, because I know at the other end of it, it's not easy. The making of the music seems to be the easiest part. The promoting and the time and the bits and pieces and then it's money. If you want to be in, I don't know, whatever it is, a lot of the big magazines and things like that, you know, you send in your email and say, can you consider this for a song or review? And then it just comes back, and then here's our rates, you know, and Jesus, you know, it cost me a fortune to make the music. Now it's going to cost me more to promote and the rest of it. And then Spotify are even asking for me $9.99 a month to be a Premier, whatever it is, member. And I keep saying to Spotify, I will give you as much money as you're giving me. Nothing. So don't worry about it. Look, it's getting out there. Hopefully people like it. It's I suppose financial side of it, return on investment, the ROI of things. So it's someone I asked, a PR company, just for the fun of it, you know, I just happened to meet them, and I said, you know, what would you charge for a single? Like, it was £1,250 to put it, you know, for a 6-week promotion on a single. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I would rather give a few, you know, I don't have that money anyway in the first place, but I would rather give a few euro here or a few pounds here and a few pounds there to everyone that supports me than, you know, not knowing. Because even at the end of it, thankfully, we're on so many radio stations anyway, and so many shows. The few that I am missing out on, is it worth another £1,250? I don't know. So it's all, you know yourself. Look, at your time is as valuable as anyone else's, and everyone deserves to be paid. But I find there's got to be a little bit of a balance, that like what you put into service and promoting music is unreal. Like, fair play to you. And anyone that does it, it's another. So I'm no good without you, and you're no good, and well, you're a lot better without me. There's lots of other Egypts, but we got to help each other, and I like to help metalheads and things like that. You know, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway, everything is a huge success. One play is another play, and one listener watch is another one, and a message that'll come through or whatever it is, and say, Jesus, I really enjoy that. That's amazing, isn't it? To me.
Great. And talking about the third album, are you planning to come up with singles?
Yeah, I think to go the other way, then there could be 12 songs in this one, or it could be maybe an EP here and there or something. I don't know. I've CDs, I've hard copy CDs to them now, and fair play, they've gone really well. They've sold lots of them. But then I'd be talking to other people, and I met a couple of famous people, and I said, here, here's my CD, and I looked at it and I said, where am I going to play that? They don't have CD players in new cars, so you're dealing with. So the plan is I don't know the plan at the minute. The chances are is single by single by single, and then maybe just put it all together into a compilation of greatest hits in time, a double album, vinyl EP, LP, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so if 4, and they're a little bit longer as well. I'm going 4 minutes to 6 minute songs, and then cutting them back to radio edits and things like that. So, yeah, they're I don't know. They're hard. Some of them are heavier, and I don't know. My head seems to be, as I get older, it seems to be the heavier music. I'm angrier I'm getting. I'm nicer in life, but whatever you get out, and I was playing to my wife. What was the last one? It was Jenny. I forget. I've forgotten the names of the songs. Actually, we were playing one to the wife there anyway, and just we were getting close to near finishing it. And she hadn't heard it before, and I said, "Just listen to this now, and what do you think?" And she was listening. I said, "Jesus, that's loud." She wasn't expecting it because it starts off nicely and then bang. So yeah, trying to give a bit more variation and things like that. Now there's still a little bit of softness here and there in it as well. But yes.
Will you ever consider to do a song to be an extreme metal song?
I don't know. I tell you, I find hard to keep up with all the different areas of metal. For me, I'm not overly a metal. I end up in a lot of metal. I don't know. I'm not sure do I count I'm not sure do I count myself metal, because when I listen back to you listen back to the 80s of what was metal back then.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's only soft rock. That's indie music now. If you listen to Bon Jovi or the hair metal or Europe or whoever it was back in the day, that's only soft rock. When you go on to what is there now, I don't have the larynx now, in all fairness. Like, I don't know how to do it. Sorry, excuse me. Yes. And I like the melodic side of it. I'm not sure I'm gone in the vocals of it, but hey, look at each to their own. But I don't see pMad as the no. Music wise, yes, maybe not the I don't know what it, because some of the extreme metal, some of that will say that's extreme metal, and then I hear something else, and it's, to my head, it's even more extreme, whatever that is. And then there seems to be something off the cliff altogether. I say, what the gee? I don't, because I like hearing lyrics, and sometimes I just can't grasp it. But yeah, if someone wants to do the backing voice, someone wants to do the extreme lyrics on a pMad track, that's fine too. Yeah, I don't think it's fine. But can you tell all the different genres of metal? Like there's sludge and there's doom and there's
a lot. Everybody, every day you get a new genre in metal.
Yeah.
That's how.
So I've just put myself. Someone asked me. I used to put in, it's, where you get these tags. They ask you to tag your camera. So I used to put in post punk, gothic, indie rock. Now I don't even put in commas anymore. It's just post punk, indie rock. I'm creating a gothic indie rock. I'm creating a new genre for myself, because and I should put probably metal in there in parts as well. So yeah, everything likes to be boxed. For me, every midweek, I'm going to do it later on now on a Wednesday, usually Wednesday or Thursday. Fair play. People actually follow me on Facebook and things like that, and a lot of them are artists, and there's some great groups, but they're mixed genre. And so I put the playlist, and every week then hopefully everyone will like each other and like the playlist and things like that. So it's a pMad playlist, but there's mixed genre. And it just shows I like anything from a good folkish song all the way up to some of the extreme metal, and then everything in between. A good song is a good song. And then I feel a bit sorry that some lads do really good music, and then it's not just produced enough. It's a pity if they just went that extra little bit and gave someone a couple of €100 to just finally produce it. I say, you would have a fucking hit there, man. You know, why didn't you? Because you hear more music than I ever do, and you must say it starts good, it does this and that, and then it just lets itself down in parts. It's a pity. And you'd say, Jesus. But there's some great bands out there at the minute. There's a French scene going on there, Patient 404, and a few of those now, punk, and over in America as well. Gee, great bands, you know. So
it's interesting. And Paul, finally, any message for the fans around the world?
Thank you all. Just, see, fans, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's if you listen to pMad, I suppose that I'm most grateful, most grateful, and I'm most grateful to you, Keith, and all the metalheads forever. Wonderful support. Look, just check out pMad and give us a chance. If you don't, what I'm finding with all and all music is that song mightn't suit you today, but tomorrow you might be in the mood for Fire tomorrow, or you might be in the mood for Down today, or Broken tomorrow, or whatever it is. Give them all a chance. It might just be the moment for any musician. But the main thing, I suppose, the message is listen to new music. There's lots of good new music out there, and there's people trying. And don't worry, all the 80s and 90s stuff and whatever will still be there tomorrow. Go in and take a chance and like them and follow them and comment and you know, it's just support people is all. You know, I'm delighted and I'm delighted for yours. Most grateful for your support, Keith. You've been from the start absolutely amazing, you know, and hopefully I don't bore your listeners and readers and stuff too much, and that's, you know, but you can always press skip and then come back again tomorrow and stuff. Yeah, it just at pMad the band, and you'll find us in most places, and we're not too bad. We're, you know, okay, yeah, we're pMad is fairly good, yeah.
And Paul, I want to thank you again for giving me this second opportunity to have you on this interview, and thank you for letting me listen to your awesome music. In the Power, great album again, and I'm looking forward for the next release from you. And hope to talk to you again soon, Paul.
A pleasure, always. And you thanking me is redundant because it's me thanking you. Yeah, super.
Thank you, Paul. Have a good day. Take care of
and yourself, sir. Fair play. Wonderful. Pleasure to always.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.